Reverend Crystal Cox here, reading the Awakener. To donate to our church, bbgoddesschurch@gmail.com for our PayPal. We're on page 52 of the Awakener. So hospitals, they're not going to be anymore. They're going to turn into energy healing centers, frequency healing, hands-on healing, real healing. Healing that's not about cadavers and dead body and making people sick anymore. But yeah, energy healing, vibrational medicine is going to become the norm. Okay, it is predicted that hospitals will continue to close down as the responsibility of healing moves back into the hands of the individual. It will eventually be realized that spirit is the true creator of illness, and that it is the thoughts that precipitate all illness, mental and physical. I have seen massive miracles with just total disabling pain, like emergency room type pain, that people have been able to relieve themselves by getting to the root of the emotion connected to it, identifying the belief system connected to it, going into the original injury and changing that. I think I've said in other videos, Raymond Grace, Raymon Grace, his dowsing information talks about this, just moving the person to a time before they had that injury, and taking responsibility for your own health, first of all, by your thoughts and your belief that you can heal anything. There's nothing that's not healable. It's the Western medicine system, the authority, the evil-doer, Dark Lord powers that tell you, oh, you can't heal and just go home and die. What? It's always bullshit. Always. The common cold, for example, is always caused by a loss. It is a manifestation created by the being to fill the void or space left by a loss in their life. This can be an actual loss or an anticipated loss that perhaps never happens. The moment of loss is the thought of the contemplation of loss that precedes the actual event or possibility thereof. If you're continually worried about losing something, then you're going to get chronic colds. Of course, what constitutes a loss differs with people. To cure a cold requires only that you locate and view the moment of loss. So you identify what you lost, what you thought about losing. It's like the magic of identifying a belief, and then it just dissipates because it takes the unconscious belief and puts it into the conscious. So instead of creating a reality with unconscious beliefs that may or may not be yours, knowing your belief, you're creating your reality consciously with the beliefs that you actually really do believe. This observation only applies to someone who has a cold and no other symptoms. A good source of the type of thought patterns that cause specific illness can be found in the A to Z at the back of the book, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. A great awakening and a new consciousness is taking place across the world. We are all aware of great changes on Earth. We are also receiving special signs that are intended to remind us who we are. Many lightworkers are being offered unusual and wonderful rainbows as a sign of their divine connection. People have seen upside down, triangle, and multiple rainbows. The rainbow has a great significance, and it is said in the Bible that God set it in the sky as a promise that never again would the earth be devastated. Many people have seen dove-shaped clouds and the Archangel Michael's sword Excalibur. During this awakening, a total balance is taking place. As we become informed about the various planetary suppressions, we also receive a greater awareness of natural divine law. Both are being brought into view to absorb and digest. If you are not viewing the information about planetary suppression from a high enough perspective, you can easily fall into the third dimension trap of thinking that it is all bad. Understand that the things you read and hear of have been occurring for a long time, but have been kept hidden. Now they are all rising to the surface to be seen, so that people can accept responsibility and decide what they do not want to happen anymore. So identifying your beliefs and deciding if you still believe that, if you still want that, or if other people did, or some authority figure. People are becoming more aware of the condition of the world as the suppressed information is released. We discover Okay, we are also becoming aware of thousands of new forms of natural healing. Osteopathy, chiropractic, aromatherapy, color therapy, reflexology are just a few natural methods used in many hospitals in the UK. This is authors in the UK. But, frequency healing, identifying beliefs heal, quantum shifts heal, vibrational healing, homeopathy, subtle healings, and removing the original thought, the original incident. There's a lot of ways. People are beginning to accept possibilities of life that they would have dismissed prior, like reincarnation, acupuncture. Those are interesting to put together. Vitamin and mineral supplements, health, telepathy, ghosts, blah, blah, blah. The benefits of swimming with the dolphins. Okay, now we're talking. A sixth sense and even UFOs. If we can release our fear of being viewed as cranks, if we mention our interest in these areas, you may be very surprised at the dramatic shift in human consciousness that has already taken place, right? So yeah, once you start talking about your interests in the occult or other dimensions or being a starseeder or lightworker, you find other people that feel that way too. For me now, that's just not enough. We're in the age of the coronavirus awakening, and it's not enough that, oh, they're a lightworker, they're a starseed, so what? Either people are on the path, they're clearing their lines, they're identifying their belief systems and doing the work, or they're not. Because people that are not light workers, haven't studied any of this stuff, just are having these sudden awakenings where they're seeing energy fields around plants, they're seeing, you don't have to have studied this stuff, you don't have to be a light worker. Right now, the playing field is level. The light workers need to work on their own programs and triggers as well as each individual person. We can't just say, oh, well, we're a light worker, so we're going to teach you, and we know best. Well, no, if we're not working on ourselves, we can only help you to the level we worked on ourselves. So say we've hit frequency 10, just an example. We can only help people go from like 2 to 10. We can't raise people's frequency any higher than we've already raised ourselves. Okay. There is also a new freedom of expression and much more tolerance, acceptance, and understanding of others. Things that used to be swept under the carpet and kept hidden, such as mental illness, sexuality, homosexuality, children born out of wedlock, old school stuff here, sexual abuse, racial mixed marriages, but in what we're going through, it's everything, right? It's how politics works, how the medical system works, how we give our power over to the government and vaccines and police and authorities. And the coronavirus stuff is really showing us that, it's not the law, it's just a recommendation. Really, well, the police are enforcing it. So whether it's a law or not, it's so that system's being exposed. The fact that we weren't under constitutional law and that the judges were just doing whatever they want, no matter how much proof we brought to court, that stuff is being surfaced now in a huge way. So it's actually everything, not just these things. And again, I think we said this was written in 97 or something, or anyway, I don't remember exactly, but it wasn't in the days of the Great Pause, the Great Awakening, the Corona. Okay, the new consciousness is taking Earth and her people to ascension. People across the world are beginning to open more and more to unconditional love. As people accept love, higher spiritual truths can enter, and the fixed, denser energies begin to release. This enables our awareness to increase and the vibration to quicken. It has been difficult for some of the light force to experience love because of closed heart chakras. Many Atlanteans closed down their heart chakras when Atlantis sank. The loss was so great, it is only now that some of these people are bringing this pain to the surface and opening to love once more. A new light body blueprint has been brought to Earth. In the past, ascension has been achieved by an individual raising his personal vibration and his surrounding subtle bodies to the frequency of light. So we have to raise our vibration to ascend. It's universal law. The normal pattern was to allow the physical body to die and increase the vibration of the subtle bodies. This allowed one to raise itself into the fifth dimension. There is now an opportunity to change this universal pattern and ascend with all our lower bodies. And that's what we're doing on Earth right now. And it's never been done before. Ascension before had to be in death and not just ascending with the body. Okay, bringing a new pattern of ascension into universal manifestation. I'm going to read that sentence again. There is now an opportunity to change this universal pattern and ascend with all our lower bodies, bringing a new pattern of ascension into universal manifestation. For the first time in this universe, there is a possibility for those choosing it to increase the vibratory rate of the molecular structure of the physical body. As in all new things presented to humanity, the idea may well be seen as way out and impossible. Ascension may now be achieved, including the physical body. This body, now raised in vibration to the frequency of light, would be combined with the existing light body to form a new combination light body for use in the fifth dimension. This action brings into physical manifestation the blueprint that has previously only been present in the higher realms. This will allow anyone who reaches a stage of ascension in their evolution in the future, anywhere in the universe, to be able to use this procedure instead of having to die to achieve it. This would also apply to the current inhabitants of Earth, so that for the first time there will be a choice of how one ascends. It also means that after this is achieved, by simply decreasing one's vibration to a lower density, one can instantly manifest a body in the third dimension. Thus, no one from higher levels would have to incarnate or materialize in order to visit a third dimensional planet. People attaining, we'll just leave it at that for now. So, bbgoddesschurch@gmail.com. Donate to our church. Have a great day. Take responsibility for every thought. Don't listen to your doctor. Oh my God, right? Your doctor doesn't have the last word. God does. Goddess does. You do. Your higher self does. Know your truth. Know your beliefs. Check out Abraham Hicks. Check out Elan, E-L-A-N. Just really good information. Goddess bless you. Have a beautiful day. I love you.